Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into the North Main Minute. I'm Joshua Doby. Big item for those of you who have student loans. Please pay attention to this. A lot has happened. Some things have shifted. Definitely some items that you want to keep in mind here as we're entering into the second half here in 2023. First big one, and it may have skipped past your attention, very easily done, but as part of the debt ceiling bill, which was signed here recently, there was an inclusion in that bill that requires those of us who have federal student loans, which have been on payment deferment for as much as 3 years in some instances, or even more than 3 years in some instances, those required payments on those student loans are going to begin again in September. Let me say that again. Almost all of those federal loans which have been on deferment for as much as 3 years now, those payments are going to begin in September. It was tucked into the debt ceiling bill. There wasn't anything that was separate or by itself relative to that announcement, but very important to keep in mind. And that leads me to the second item here. Make sure that you're looking at it relative to your budget. Big deal. Because for many folks, and I get it, once you didn't have to make that payment, that part of your budget may have gone off to something else, whether it's a new car, or maybe a higher rent for a nicer apartment, or a bigger mortgage, kinds of things. I get all of that. But it's coming. Those obligations are coming. You want to definitely make sure that you're including that in your budget, because otherwise it's going to be a very rude awakening as those payments again become due. Third big item, this is really from an overall planning standpoint. Take a look at the interest rates that you're being charged on your student loans. I say that because the interest rate universe now is categorically different from 3 years ago. 3.5 years ago, you had rates that were pretty much as low as they could go. I mean, not at absolute zero, but not too far away from it. Now we have much higher interest rates on just about everything across the board. So take a look at what you're going to be paying interest rate wise on your student loans as these payments get started again. Perhaps consolidation is a consideration or not. It's different for everybody. Perhaps there are some other opportunities to mitigate some of that interest rate impact. Perhaps you pay some down faster. Perhaps you pay some off if you have the means and liquidity to be able to do that. So several different big considerations here that we want to make sure that you keep in mind with regards to student loans, and especially to those federal student loans which have been on deferment here now for several years. So make sure, plan for it. Don't wait. Don't just wake up in September, October and say, okay, now we're going to do it again. No, be planning for it ahead of time. Nobody likes surprises when it comes to negative impacts on our budget. So make sure you're planning for it. Make sure you're ready. If you'd like to reach out to us at North Main Financial Group, perhaps take a look at your overall student loan portfolio. How does it fit in with your overall plan? How does it fit in with saving for retirement? Perhaps you have kids and you're saving for college. How do all those pieces go together? We'd love to hear from you. NorthMainFinancial.com.